Mysterious, enchanting, sacred and sultry, it is called the small Mecca of Central Asian Muslims, an ancient city that used to be the political center of Turkic-speaking peoples and a major trading point on the Great Silkway. Hello everyone, you're watching Travel in Comfort with me, Mahdi Fazl, and today we are in Turkistan.
Turkistan, boasting a rich history that stretches back nearly 2,000 years, stood as the splendid capital of the Kazakh Khanate. Once the residence of the esteemed spiritual leader of the entire Turkic world, Hoca Ahmet Yasawi, the city has been the epicenter of spiritual, political and commercial life along the fabled historic Silk Road throughout the ages.
Today, Turkistan is the largest center of pilgrimage and tourism in Kazakhstan. However, here you can nourish yourself not only with spirituality, but also with amazing cultural impressions. And the first place we are heading to is to Kervan Sarai, the biggest tourism complex here in Central Asia.
Nestled within the Kervan Sarai Turkistan complex, a five-star hotel adorned with one-of-a-kind interior awaits. A true revelation for wanderers, the establishment features 37 meticulously crafted rooms, encompassing luxurious, regal and presidential suites. Additionally, two-level apartments are available.
Could you tell us more about tourists? Who are the comers here usually?
Well, frankly, mostly the incoming tourists here is from Kazakhstan, from the different cities of our country, and this is amazing indeed because more and more citizens of Kazakhstan are discovering this wonderful location. Of course, we are also focused on the foreign markets such as Turkey, Uzbekistan, Europe, China, India, and others. And due to the different marketing strategies of the country, due to the increasing of flights from different countries. So according to this, we are enlarging our target markets all around the world.
Could you tell us more about the unique parts of this complex? How are you different?
First of all, it is vitally important to mention that Kervan Sarai is unique itself because it was built in a magnificent city of Turkestan, and there is a very fascinating, fancy note about Turkestan. You know that it is one of the most ancient cities in the history of Kazakhstan. At the same time, it is one of the youngest cities.
Wow.
Because in the history, Turkestan is more than 2,200 years, but New Turkestan, claimed as the city, was announced only 5 years ago.
Impressed.
At this hotel, where ambition meets tradition, rooms are thoughtfully designed to bridge the gap between history and modern comfort. The carefully chosen color palette captures the essence of the city's steppe surroundings with a touch of opulent gold. What's more, every room boasts its own private balcony.
Well, what's on the second floor? Let's see. I really like how they kept the design. It's so minimalistic, simple, but at the same time it gives you the feeling that you are in the Middle East. I really like it. Magnificent. And of course there is a bed here. Eventually, after a long trip, you can take a break. Let's say the view out here. It's the second floor. The first floor looks amazing. Fortunately, don't have kids, but for the bigger family, it's definitely the place you want to stay. Amazing.
The interior features a calming palette of soft beige, grey and coffee tones, enriched by elegant design accessories. Eye-catching designer chairs, unique wall panels and vibrant carpeting seamlessly merge into the overall ambience.
Guys, just look inside. It's so modern and aesthetic, but as soon as you look outside, you catch yourself in the Middle East from the fairy tales of Aladdin. Let's look at this view from here.
And here's a little bonus. Without stepping out of your room and simply standing on the balcony, you can enjoy an impromptu fountain show. The hotel's atmospheric restaurant also offers a spectacular harbor viewed through its windows, where you can indulge in a variety of international cuisine.
The variety of dishes on the menu makes my head spin. Italian, Mexican, Mediterranean cuisine. I think my healthy diet is probably over.
Rest assured, Vegans and vegetarians and those who are dieting will discover a menu that suits their preferences, perfectly aligning with their lifestyle and dietary needs. In fact, the chef has graciously agreed to prepare one of these wholesome delicacies for us too.
Really different taste. It basically a kind of mixture of different ingredients here. Fish, egg, breads and some vegetables also.
It's common knowledge that the steppe nomads have a penchant for meat, no matter how delectable a veggie burger might be. As a true nomad, I can never resist their love of meat. Moreover, I won't pass up the chance to venture into a new role as a chef.
I caught myself again like Gordon Ramsay today. All right, we're ready to eat now. Just waiting for this meat. Oh my God, look at this. So juicy, the flavor. Can't believe I'm gonna taste it now. Let's try. The flavor looks so nice, clean meat. And I'm gonna taste it now. Just a little bit. Smell. Amazing. It looks so nice and it tastes so beautiful. Can't say it. Literally just can't express it with my words. You should just try it here.
This hotel is the ultimate heaven for rejuvenation, relaxation, and pure tranquility. Guests can recharge their energy and vitality after a hectic day by indulging in a hotel's spa center. Sports enthusiasts will also be delighted by the state-of-the-art gym and pool facilities.
We are now walking around the streets of Turkistan, exploring what's around and see a lot of ancient buildings and monuments. And now I see the car there. Let's see if we can actually rent it for a while.
Sacred Turkistan is currently undergoing a rebirth. A significant turning point in the city's modern history is its new status as the heart of the eponymous region. The spiritual capital of the Turkic world is entering a fresh phase of development. Year by year, construction projects are on the rise, introducing new social, cultural, and sports facilities. Along with the creation of exciting new points of interest, Turkistan is once again drawing tourists from all corners of the Turkic world, redefining itself as a spiritual capital in a whole new light.
You touch it, and you literally can feel the strongest energy here. Can you imagine all of the greatest leaders and khans and beys of Kazakh history are all buried up here in this Khaja Ahmed Yasawi mausoleum?
This site is more than just an ancient architectural monument. It's a sacred sanctuary, a significant pilgrimage destination for Muslims in Central Asia. Among the people, there is a belief that visiting Khaja Ahmed Yasawi's mausoleum 3 times is akin to embarking on a pilgrimage to Mecca. Known as Hazrat Sultan among the people, he was the pioneer of Sufi poetry and played a pivotal role in spreading Islam among the Turkic communities in Central Asia. During his lifetime, people from diverse regions came to hear his sermons. His teachings urged kindness and resistance against the temptations of greed. Ahmed Yasawi encapsulated the essence of his teachings in the poetic collection Diwan-i-Hikmat, which gained immense popularity after his passing in 1167. Yasawi was laid to rest with great honor in a small mausoleum constructed specifically for him, which promptly became a place of pilgrimage. Originally, the Yasawi mausoleum was not as grand in scale. Construction commenced in 1385 under the orders of the renowned conqueror Temür. Following his victorious campaign against the Altın Orda Khan Toxtamış, Golden Hordes, Temür decided to pay homage to the saint. Upon witnessing the deteriorated state of Khaja Ahmed Yasawi's tomb, Temür issued a decree to erect a magnificent edifice.
Surely many people wondered what kind of wooden sticks are sticking out of the walls of mausoleum. The thing is that in 1405 Tamerlan died and the remaining work was suspended. There are still beams and holes from the scaffolding on the walls.
At the age of 63, Hoca Ahmet Yassawi turned away from worldly possessions and withdrew to an underground cell. This philosopher, thinker and poet spent the final decades of his life in prayer and solitude. Some even speculate that the holy recluse might have lived for more than a century. In Turkistan, the subterranean mosque known as Khilvet is revered as highly as the Sufi mausoleum. It comprises prayer halls, spaces for ritual ceremonies and pilgrims, along with a small chamber situated 4 meters below the surface. Visiting Khilvet was not about adopting a hermit's life, but rather a means of introspection and communion with God.
People say that the most religious ones used to come down here and spend the entire of their lives worshipping to God and dedicating their lives to prayers.
The underground mosque Khilvet holds a prominent place in the cultural and spiritual self-discovery of the pilgrims who make frequent visits to the region of Turkistan.
Türkistan'daki kendinizi
What are your impressions of Turkistan?
bilmek istiyoruz.
Türkistan, biz Türkiye'den, İstanbul'dan geldik.
We came from Istanbul. We've long dreamt of coming here. Kazakhstan is also the land of our ancestors, the historical homeland of the Turks. We had been planning this trip to the sacred city for a long time, and it's only now that we managed to make it. I've noticed that there is an unprecedented interest among foreigners in Central Asia, specifically in Kazakhstan.
Tanıdıkça insanlar buralara gelmek, ziyaret etmek istiyorlar.
Çok teşekkür ederiz.
Thank you very much. Which places would you like to visit?
Türkistan'da mı?
We've already visited the mausoleum of Ahmet Yassawi. After that, we plan to visit the teacher and spiritual mentor of Ahmet Yassawi, Arslan Bab. And in general, we want to visit all the local attractions.
Gelecek olan yerleri, güzel yerleri.
The sun is at its zenith and we're heading towards the camel riding. We're going to experience something new now.
We couldn't pass up the chance to embark on a desert camel ride. Camels are not just symbols of the Silk Road, they also encapsulate the spirit of Turkistan.
It's so exotic and so comfortable to be here. You should definitely see this, guys. Could you tell us, please, how tourism has grown in the past years?
I work here more than 11 years. I start my job in the museum. So in the last time, more than 3 years, I'm working with travel agencies. And so we have a lot of tourists. They come from, most of tourists comes from the Turkic-speaking countries. But now this population is growing. They comes from some countries in the Europe, Switzerland, Germany, US, South Korea, then Japan, and in the last time starts come from the China, because we are open without the borders, yes, and the India. Day by day, it's this population of the visitors growing.
One of the recently rejuvenated gems is an open-air archaeological park, a park with globally acclaimed historical and archaeological sites such as Italy's Pompeii or Turkey's Topkapi. More than 2,000 years ago, the epic tale of the most renowned city in the Great Steppe, Turkestan, commenced right here at the location of the Kulturbe settlement.
The toponym Kulturbe still does not have an ambiguous interpretation. There are two main versions of it. According to one of them, the etymology of the name Kulturbe means hill of ashes. Another version has a deeper meaning. From the ancient Turkic, Kulturbe means holy hill or holy peak.
The earliest written records of the Kulturbe settlement are found in the 9th to 10th century Arab-Persian sources. The Arab traveller Al-Istakhri referred to it as Shafgar. By the 12th century, Shafgar experienced a decline and Yassir emerged as the regional hub. The name Yassir first appeared in the mid-13th century in a travel diary of the Armenian king Hatum, who visited the Mongol Khans Batu and Möngke. The modern name of the city, Turkistan, has been in use since the 16th century.
Another unique attraction of the city is the center, allure. Here you will learn some interesting facts about riding and horse breeding spread throughout the world from the greatest steppe.
Beyond the culture of nomadic horsemen, you can also explore the history of metallurgy, traditions, and the nomadic phenomena. In essence, you have the opportunity to discover the treasures of the great steppe that have left a lasting impact on world history. A particular emphasis is given to the history of the Turkic people here, and it's for good reason. Turkistan is the birthplace of the Turkic world.
Could you introduce what's there?
In front of you can see the monument to Kiltigin. Kiltigin was a hero, warrior, and participated in many military campaigns and supported the rule of the Turks in Central Asia. And this monument was found in Mongolia near to Kamenen River. And in the front side you can see the runic inscriptions. And at the back side you can see the Chinese inscriptions and the installation date of this monument, 1st August 732. On the territory of Kazakhstan we have a 3D construction of this monument, and it's one of them.
The inscription on the stone commemorates the heroism of the Turkic forefathers, recounting their conquest of the 4 corners of the world. It serves as a rallying cry for Turkic unity, encouraging collective efforts against external adversaries while preserving the traditions and customs of their ancient ancestors. The Turkic people's remarkable victories and military campaigns were made possibly by their expertise in metallurgy and their mastery of horsemanship. It's not surprising, as even before the ancient Turks, our ancestors' tribes living in the territory of Kazakhstan had achieved significant accomplishments in the art of horsemanship. According to some scholars, it was in our steppes that horse domestication first took place.
The first horse was domesticated on the territory of modern Kazakhstan about 6,000 years before. And to this conclusion, archaeologists came to after finding a deformity at the back teeth, which tells about the bridle put on him, and the deformity of the back teeth.
The domestication of horses not only enabled nomadic hunters to transition to a settled lifestyle, but also marked the onset of the first transportation revolution. Essentially, it can be likened to the initial phase of globalization. People could move at a previously unimaginable speeds, transport goods from once inaccessible regions, stimulate trade, exchange technologies developed in various corners of the old world.
No wonders how people even at that time used to like all this brilliant and luxury equipment, even on the horses.
If these were the horse decorations, it's no surprise that the attire of our ancestors symbolized wealth, beauty, and luxury.
Entering the next hall, and the golden man is waiting for us here. If you do remember from the previous episodes, we were talking how the first golden man was found in a Sikh kurgan. It's right here. We were also saying how a couple of more golden men was found in the other areas of our country. Just take a look, the way they're dressed up, so luxury and simple.
To be precise, a total of 8 golden men have been found in Kazakhstan, dating back to the eras of the Sarmatians and the Scythians. Within this hall, there is an intriguing exhibit featuring a female warrior or a steppe Amazon.
This hall is dedicated to the Turkic world, and here you can see the military equipments of the tribes inhabited on the territory of Kazakhstan, and you can see their banners. It's the Turkic warrior military equipment, and in this side you can see their wearing coats, Oghuz Seljuk banner, Kiltigin sculpture, Kipchak's banner, and in opposite side you can see their military equipments, Golden Horde banner, and the military equipment of the Golden Horde warrior.
The attire of ancient warriors is truly impressive. What's astonishing is that materials like python and stingray leather, along with yak wool, were utilized for their military gear.
We're now in the hall where all the greatest Khans of Kazakh history are presented. Even the first founders of Kazakh Khanate are also here. And now we are going to listen to Ablay Khan's voice, one of the first Khans in Kazakh history.
My country is proud as Altai, exalted as Alatau, wide as Saryarka.
Certainly, the voice doesn't truly belong to the great ruler, but the core of the Khan's message to his descendants is as authentic as it gets.
And now we're going to see the real reconstruction of Kazakh Khan's throne. It's all made out of golden, soft, and of course you can feel the power from here.
The next hall is dedicated to the Great Silk Road, and as you know, the Great Silk Road was a bridge between the west and east. And in this diagram you can see this on the territory of Kazakhstan. Here it starts from the Talgar city, Taraz, Otrar, and Yassa, Sauran, Saganak, and Sarayshik.
Is it true that Turkistan is also presented somewhere here?
Turkistan in ancient times named it as the city Yassa. And here in this diagram you can see also the mausoleum of the Hoca Ahmed Yesevi.
During our visit to this center, we had the privilege of embarking on a brief historical excursion and re-evaluating some events that unfolded centuries ago. Moreover, we had the opportunity to make a contribution to the contemporary chronicle of Turkistan. It's worth noting that every visitor can convey their own wishes using a special LED screen. The rich cultural program, brimming with experiences and new knowledge, was made possibly by the close proximity of Turkistan's attractions. And remember, this is only the city center. The outskirts of Kazakhstan's spiritual capital are also rapidly evolving. In 2020, a substantial surge in tourism took place thanks to the introduction of comfortable local hotels and the establishment of an international hotel chain. To put it in perspective, in 2018, Turkistan had just 22 hotels, but in 5 years this number has grown to 59. The influx of tourists has been on a rise each year, with our estimates showing that it has now reached nearly 470,000 visitors. This is indeed a remarkable milestone. Turkistan stands out as a prominent tourism destination, both in its historical and contemporary context. A major attraction drawing travelers from all corners of the globe is the mausoleum of Hoca Ahmed Yesevi, a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
We are now on the boat and we are making a circle around the fountains here. You feel yourself like in Venice, like Kazakh Venice, I'd say. Turkistan has become a really popular and famous place for all the tourists around the world. So everyone can come and see such a beautiful place.
Lastly, we explored the most iconic destination in the revitalized Turkistan, the Kervan Sarai. It's an authentic Eastern fairy tale that enchants every contemporary traveler. It is conveniently located in close proximity to the Hazret Sultan Historical and Cultural Reserve Museum and the excavations of an original Kervan Sarai. This allows tourists to immerse themselves in the rich tapestry of ancient history.
A little touch of breeze, air, wind on my face, it gives you so natural feeling.
Within a 20.5-hectare complex, you'll find shopping and entertainment centers featuring fun rides, restaurants, and unique shows. The real gem of this vibrant southern city is the artificial pond, a genuine oasis in a desert.
Flying Theatre is dedicated to a mythical bird of Kazakh epics that shows all the wonderful places of Kazakhstan. You can see how designers made a nest here and their golden egg just inside of it. The interesting fact is that if you have no opportunities to visit all the places of Kazakhstan, you can come just here and visit the show.
In this extraordinary location, you're about to embark on a captivating journey, harnessing cutting-edge technology. In an immersive 8D format, visitors are transported to a realm of enchantment and are given the opportunity to delve deep into the rich history of the Kazakh people. While filming the experience is not allowed, I'm confident that this alone is a compelling reason to experience it in person. Furthermore, A fellow traveler we recently encountered emphasized the significance of Turkestan as a must-visit destination for travelers from across the globe.
The most wonderful aspect of the Turkic people is their hospitality. We're always ready to warmly welcome anyone with a smile on our faces. This welcoming spirit is the finest quality of the Turkic people. We must always remember that our roots are the same. We are one people. Wherever we are in the world, whether Uzbek, Kazakh, Tatar, and so on, we are all Turks. My first visit to Turkestan was truly awe-inspiring, especially when I set my eyes on the mausoleum of Hoca Ahmed Yasavi. I felt a deep connection to the times when his great philosopher lived. The spirit of those times can still be felt. Everything left a profound impression on me. The amazing architecture and museum immerse spectators in history, and the animated show vividly illustrates the high level of the Turkic world's culture. Once again, tired but inspired and satisfied with ourselves, we are returned to the comfortable hotel. And as a transport, I chose this ship on the river. Our evening concluded with a fantastic spectacle. The boat parade. We had the privilege of watching it right from the balcony of our luxurious hotel.
Turkestan is a living history that began in the early centuries and until today has not been interrupted for a single day. This unique city is an object of our cultural and spiritual heritage, not only of the Turks, but of the whole world. Welcome to the Oriental Fairy Tale. Welcome to Turkestan.